I think we all know by this point that Earth's Mightiest Heroes first season did a really great job of really understanding who the Avengers are at the core of each one of their characters. While the show was definitely not perfect, it was pretty close to it, and I think it did an amazing job with Hulk, and it gave Hulk a lot to do. My own video covering the Hulk in that first season is just a little over 30 minutes. That's how much content they gave me to dive into and talk about the character. So it's a little unfortunate when I get to this second season and see Hulk is largely absent for a majority of this second season. But what they ended up giving us was some really quality episodes surrounding the Hulk. And that surely wasn't an easy feat, especially because the cast of the show expanded with a couple new members of the Avengers joining on. So I really just want to take this time to look at the few episodes season 2 of EMH gave Hulk, because this is probably the best version overall of Hulk we will be getting outside of the comics, at least for the foreseeable future. Now, Hulk's episodes in this season, there's one near the beginning of the season and one near the end. And I think it's fair to explain how he was used before his main episode. In all honesty, he was treated as just the muscle and comic relief, especially throughout the first few episodes of this season, and I genuinely felt it was a little bit of a step back, even if these moments were just absolutely hilarious.
Sorry, I guess this is a bit over your head.
It's a form of cosmic radiation.
What? It's not. Oh.
It isn't until the Avengers start to fracture due to the revelation that there potentially are Skrulls amongst their mix, and the fact that maybe there may be a traitor among them, that Hulk really starts to get more of a role in these episodes, as the Avengers roster is pretty cut down by that point, only consisting of Hawkeye, Wasp, Captain America, who's really a Skrull, and Hulk himself. Now, although Hulk's role was definitely diminished, especially in these early few episodes, he is still characterized fairly well. We see that he stands up for the close friends that he's made on the Avengers, and that he isn't just a dumb green brute. He goes out of his way to stand up for Hawkeye when Hawkeye is being accused of being a Skrull, because both Hulk and Hawkeye have built a really close relationship. It's clear that Hulk will stand by the people he puts trust in, no matter what, and those people are fairly few and far between, even on the team of Avengers that he calls his family. Now, even despite all of the turmoil the Avengers are currently going through, the threat that there may be a Skrull in their midst, and the threat that maybe they're not the greatest heroes on the planet right now, fit for doing really anything, especially when their numbers are cut down to just 4 members, Hulk still stands by them. And as a matter of fact, Hulk, for all intents and purposes, is in a good place. Even him and Bruce Banner's relationship has slowly been improving. Bruce gets at least one day a month. Bruce can be calm and be in control, and he can actually do things that he enjoys doing. And Bruce continues to make that sacrifice because he believes that the Hulk can be a force for good. And so if the Hulk's in a good place, Bruce feels that he's in a good place.
You have no idea what it's like inside the Hulk's head. No idea what I'm giving up to prove the Hulk can be a force for good. So, I'm taking the day for me.
I think this place for Bruce and Hulk is a really great natural progression from where they started in the first episode that they appeared in the first season. The two were very much on opposite ends of the spectrum, and Bruce constantly having to push the Hulk to be the hero, to go and try and make himself look good in the public eye, to save people. Bruce doesn't have to push Hulk to do that anymore, because that's what Hulk wants to do. He wants to be an Avenger. He wants to do all of these things that make him appear to be good, because that's just who he is. And Bruce is more than willing to give up his own satisfaction for that. So when Bruce, on his day off, hears that somebody who looks just like him is attacking the Helicarrier, he is definitely freaked out. He has done so much work to put Hulk in the position to make a name for himself, a good name for himself, as more than just a monster, and Hulk has done so much work to make himself into a true hero that it is extremely disheartening to hear that the first thing they jump to when somebody has the similar power set to him is that it's Hulk. And it's even more jarring considering the fact that Bruce just isn't even there. Him and Hawkeye have been spending the day in the wilderness relaxing. It's clear to Bruce that this is a setup. Obviously, him and Hawkeye are both together, and they're getting attacked and ambushed by this show's version of Falcon, who drugs Banner up with a sedative, making it basically impossible for him to turn into the Hulk, at least for right now. Essentially, Banner was going to be kidnapped and be used as the blame for what had happened on the Helicarrier. They were trying to pin the blame on Hulk in order to get rid of him. And all of this is partly being orchestrated by who I'm just going to refer to as Red Hulk from now on. Red Hulk, which it kind of baffles me that nobody in this show can differentiate the fact that this Hulk is red and the typical one is green. But at the same time, Hulk has definitely changed colors a lot in the comics, but in this show we've only ever seen him be green. Regardless, Red Hulk does come and attacks Hawkeye and manages to kidnap Bruce Banner, all in the event to make Banner continuously look guilty and look like it was his fault. Bruce is potentially on the verge of losing everything he has worked so hard to build between him and Hulk. The two parties have been working together despite their differences, all because Red Hulk has some sort of vendetta against regular Hulk that Banner just hasn't figured out yet. And he's pretty much helpless to do nothing. Hulk can't even come out and play because Banner is under the effects of a sedative. In fact, it takes Red Hulk quite literally nearly breaking Hawkeye's arm for Hulk to finally come out. It's only when Hulk's friends are threatened and at the most desperate that Hulk is finally able to show back up. And when he does and he starts to actually fight the Red Hulk tries to use his past against him. Red Hulk tries to just insinuate that he's nothing more than a monster to get him riled up. But Hulk isn't having any of it.
You've lost! Do you hear me? You're nothing! You're wrong. I'm an Avenger.
Dude even says Avengers Assemble. The Hulk we see in this episode of Season 2 of Earth's Mightiest Heroes is far from the Hulk that we saw at the beginning of the first season of this show. He is a different person. Not in the sense of morals and ethics, but in the sense of self-confidence, of the ability to look at himself and see a hero in the mirror and not a monster. And that's an amazing development we see from the Hulk that is about to be completely shattered. Again, the military and S.H.I.E.L.D. can't tell the difference between Green Hulk and Red Hulk, and so they decide to take Banner into custody, as Red Hulk had intended the entire time. And Captain America, who is a Skrull, and since it benefits the Skrulls, convinces Hulk to go into captivity, to be handed over to General Ross, the man who wants to see Banner dead.
No! No! Don't let them take...
And then we don't hear from the Hulk or anything about him for 13 episodes. And when we get back to Hulk, he is about to have a serious crisis of his heroism. He has spent the last few months being locked up, and a lot has changed. The Skrull invasion has come and passed. The Avengers have gained 2 brand new members in Carol Danvers and the Vision, along with a bunch of auxiliary members, such as Spider-Man. But finally, after all of these months, Captain America went out of his way to try and go get the Hulk out of prison. And it goes horribly wrong. The second Banner is released, he immediately transforms into the Hulk and starts to completely rage out at everyone and everything in front of him. He doesn't even seem disciplined at all. And I mean, can you blame the guy? He has just been abandoned and betrayed by the only few people he calls friends, especially by Captain America.
They came to help us.
They lied to us.
Hulk is beyond angry. This is the greatest betrayal he has probably felt in his entire life. And he can't even reconcile with Bruce, who is trying to explain that this transformation into the Hulk felt unnatural, that neither one of them triggered it. But he can't even listen to himself because he is so wrapped up in his anger towards being abandoned by Captain America. Bruce would listen to Captain America no matter what. Hulk would listen to Captain America no matter what. Because Captain America was the only character in the entire show to truly understand the Hulk. Not even Hawkeye had as much faith in the Hulk as Captain America did. And Captain America fully believed that Hulk was a good guy, that Hulk was a hero, that he is a hero. And to make matters even worse, Red Hulk, the man who has been terrorizing Banner and Hulk throughout the majority of this second season that Hulk's been a part of course, has ended up coming to look like a savior, that he is saving the day and basically being a good version of Hulk, replacing Hulk and Banner in the process, or at least trying to, as he continues to make media appearances and look like a good guy, feigning the act that he was under mind control and didn't know what he was doing the first time around. But thankfully, not everyone on the Avengers was buying this whole good guy act from Red Hulk. As a matter of fact, Captain America didn't buy into it at all. Captain America truly believes in Hulk because Captain America believes in people. Yeah, I'm going to use that quote from the last Captain America video I made because it's the truth. He believes in people. He believes in the Hulk. And so he goes to rescue Banner, believing that Banner was under some sort of mind control that was forcing him into a raged out state. And thankfully, it wasn't just Captain America who was feeling this way. As well, Wasp ended up coming along with him, as Wasp had been critical of Hulk's decisions and behaviors at the beginning of the episode, but it took Captain America reminding her that they don't give up on friends for her to tag along and decide to try and help Banner. What they end up finding is that the mind control portion is partially true. There is a receiver connected to Bruce's neck that is essentially triggering him into uncontrollable Hulk-induced rages. And when Banner is finally rescued from this and finally freed from it, he recognizes something about Captain America.
It wasn't you. You didn't betray me, did you?
No, I didn't.
Hulk realizes and fully understands that it wasn't Captain America who had went behind his back and hurt him, and he realizes that Captain America would never do something like this. And that ends up leading to, of course, Red Hulk and the rest of the Avengers showing up to stop Captain America and just about anyone else. And in the process, it's revealed that Red Hulk has been the one triggering Hulk's rages. And honestly, I'm surprised it took the rest of the Avengers to come around to this conclusion, especially being this long, especially Hawkeye. Hawkeye, I feel like, should have been right there with Captain America in wanting to get Hulk out. The two characters have been so closely intertwined. It's one of the few things I felt the second season really dropped the ball on, was that in this moment that Hulk needed someone in his corner the most, Hawkeye should have been there, because Hulk was there for Hawkeye, and I felt as though their relationship was definitely closer than that. Now, of course, at the end of the day, getting back on track, Red Hulk is defeated and is outed. And it is kind of funny that the person who was Red Hulk ends up being Hulk's worst enemy in all facets of life. That being one General Ross. General Ross has pretty much been trying to set up the Hulk for months to prove that he is a monster that General Ross has made him out to be. General Ross even took the power set of the Hulk in order to prove that he is the better version, that Hulk is a monster. And it's honestly sickening. And when Hulk has the option to finally take out General Ross permanently, to eliminate his problems the easy way, Hulk chooses not to, because he's not a monster like General Ross says.
Hulk knows a real monster when he sees one.
Hulk didn't really have a lot of growing to do in this second season, and that's because all of his growth was done in the previous season. This season was truly about testing the growth that he received in that first season, seeing if he would revert back to how he was previous to all of the things he went through. And he passed the test. He even gets to come back and be an Avenger. But Hulk doesn't really want that, at least not in the same capacity that he used to.
I don't know. I think I want to be left alone for a while. But if you need me, call. After all, what are friends for, right?
Hulk, much like anybody, would need a little space after something like this, but I think he went on to prove that he is far from just a monster, far from a rage machine. He's proved it again and again and again, and so when the entire world was in danger at the end of the season, and the Avengers needed someone to call on, one of the people they called on was the Hulk, because they believe in his ability to be a hero. They believe in his ability to help save the world. Hulk is an Avenger. Hulk is a hero. He is something people can look up to and aspire to be. He fought through a lot of adversity to get to where he is, to help control that rage and use it as something positive to help people. And so when he gets to stand with the Avengers at the end of the show, after helping to save the Earth on multiple occasions throughout these first 2 seasons of EMH, I think it is more than well earned and well deserved. Hulk does not just get to call himself the strongest there is, or one of Earth's mightiest heroes, or even just an Avenger. Hulk gets to call himself a true hero. And that's all he's ever really wanted. And I think it's a beautiful ending for the character in this show. And at the end of the day, it's also a bit bittersweet, knowing that this is the last time we ever got to see this iteration of the Hulk. He has come a ridiculously far way from the Hulk versus movies to this TV show, in which he gained so much character development from the first season through to the end of this second season. And while he didn't get as much screen time as someone like me, a person who loves to analyze the Hulk, if my multiple videos on him aren't evident enough, would have enjoyed him having, the screen time he got was extremely quality and served to create a really good narrative for the character. And so this is just my way of appreciating this version of Hulk and just how great he was. So once again, thank you all for watching and listening to my ramblings about Hulk for like the 6th time on this channel. Now, if you've made it this far in the video, why don't you just, leave a like if you liked the video, leave a dislike if you disliked the video, and then comment down below as to what I could have done better or why you disliked the video. As I take a lot of this constructive feedback and use it and try to help make my content better with each upload. If you want to subscribe, it's free and you can always subscribe at any other time. And as well, I run a Patreon, which is dedicated to helping me continue to make these videos in a timely manner and to just be able to make more content. It's about $1 a month, and only join if you can. Don't feel obligated to. Your viewership is more than enough. But I do shout out my $5 and above tier members at the end of each video, and it's about time I do that for this one. So shout out Video Gamer 75, shout out Golden Boy 420, shout out Dakota Rawson and Donovan Gomez and MC Bomb 27. You guys are the greatest. I hope you have an absolutely fantastic day.